Okay, let's look at lesson 82 of algebraic concept, right function rules. So let's see what this is about. And here's things for you to read over, and please pause when you read over them. All right, let's look at our first. A local pet shop charges $3 per hour. So let's circle this up. The word per, each, and every means divide. So what comes before per, each, or every is usually your y, and what comes after is your x. For a dog sitting plus a 2-week fee of $50. So this is your starting point. Write a function rule and make a function table of how can this total service be calculated. So what do we have? We have f of x equals the rate of change, which is our y divided by x, multiplied to x plus 50. But this, remember, this is only for 2 weeks at a time. So if you have your dog in there, they're going to charge you a 2-week fee, even if you only have it in there for 3 days. And if you go over the 2 weeks, so let's say you have your dog in there for 2 weeks and 3 days, then you're looking at another $50 service fee. So this equation is only good for a period of 0 days to 14 days. After 14 days, then you tack on another 50 and you get charged for 15 days to 28 days. So that's what we could come up with. Okay, so let's look at example number 2. Given the function table, write a function rule. So now we need to find a change in x. Let's try a different color. Look, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, the change in y is 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, so to get the rate of change, we need the change in y divided by the change in x. The change in y is 1. The change in x is 1. So if we were to write a function, the rate of change multiplies to the x. And remember, in a function, whatever your variable is in your function, so f of x will be what your rate multiplies to. But look here, our 0, when x is 0, we're starting at 3. So that's our starting point. So make sure you're aware that when x is 0, whatever number is next to 0 on x, that's your starting point. So I don't know what kind of situation it would be. So I don't know, every day, which is a time, you charge $1 for talking on the phone, but you have a start fee of $3. I don't know, whatever the situation is, 1 is your rate of change. So each day you change by 1, and then you started with 3 of whatever things it is. So that's how we write a function rule. And so those are our examples. Please try to practice problems, and I will see you at the end of the video for a review. All right, so let's look at our first problem. So we changed by 1 on x and 5 on y. So our change in y over our change in x is 5 over 1. So now our f of x is our rate of change times our variable. And look at this. We started at 5, so plus 5. When x is 0, y is 5, so that's why this 5 goes here. Our rate of change is here, and that always multiplies to our variable. Okay, write a function rule from the situation and make a function table. Janet joined the gym. On contract, she pays $100 fee and $60 per month. Remember, per means divide. What's before is y, what's after is x. That's your rate of change, $60 per month. So f of cost, let's try C for a different letter, 60C plus 100. Because it's a $100 fee. That's a one-time fee. So make a function table. So for your x, 0, 60C plus 100, and then y. So before she does any months, she pays $100. You can't have negative months, so there's no reason to consider negative numbers. 60 times 1 is 60 plus 100, that's supposed to be a plus, is 160. So after month 1 is 160. Equals 120 plus 100 is 220, and so on and so forth. 60 times 3 is 180 plus 100 is 280, and that's what she will pay. Overall, that's what she would have paid overall after 3 months in total, but she will pay $60 each month, but this is what she spends overall, $280 after 3 months of membership. So it's not what she pays each month. The $60 is what she pays each month. The numbers on Y represent the total she would have spent after a set amount of time. So please don't get that confused. A lot of students get that confused. What we come up with is not per month, but it is the total expenditure over time. Okay, make a function table using integers from -2 to 2 for as the domain, basically as your input for f of x equals. So we're going to make a table of values, and this is how you start. X, 2x minus 7, and your f of x, or your y. -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. Let's separate them with lines. Okay, so you get 2 times -2 minus 7, 2 times -1 minus 7, 2 times 0 minus 7, 2 times 1 minus 7, 2 times 2 minus 7. 2 times -2 is -4 minus 7 is -11. 2 times 1 is -2 times -1 is -2 minus 7 is -9. 2 times 0 minus 7 is -7. 2 times 1 is 2. Minus 7 is -5. 2 times 2 is 4. Minus 7 is -3. And this is how you make a function table or an input-output table, or whatever your teacher decides to call it, a table of values. So this ends this lesson. Thank you for watching. If you like what you saw, please come back for more. But subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell.